With Iron Fist joining the Netflix ranks and the Defenders just around the corner, we're hitting a new peak for Marvel superheroes on TV.
And that's without mentioning Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Fox's Legion, and The Punisher. Yeah, it's a good time for comic book TV shows. But that got us thinking about all the Marvel heroes yet to get their moment to shine on the small screen. I mean, just imagine a TV show featuring Glob Herman. But before we get stuck in, if you're a fan of Marvel, comics, or TV, then you should definitely subscribe to GameSpot Universe, where we've got a whole bunch of videos just for you. Like our breakdown of the latest Legion episode, or the 11.5 most violent moments in Wolverine's history, which features some truly spectacular puns.
Wolverine went after Nitro, a villain able to explode and reform himself at will. Caught in the middle of a blast, his body was incinerated. Luckily, he was able to heal, but talk about feeling the burn.
Anyway, so these are the 5 Marvel superheroes that we think deserve their own TV show.
Oh, hi! My name's Squirrel Girl. Maybe you've heard of me?
The animal kingdom has been an inspiration for heroes for a long time. You got the likes of Spider-Man, Ant-Man, Black Panther, Doc Ock, Hawkeye, Black Widow. But what about more of a domestic animal?
Doreen Green is Squirrel Girl, also known as Central Park's greatest protector. Now I know what you're thinking, squirrels aren't badass. A superpower can't just be squirrels. That Dave guy sure is cool. But hear me out, because she's got what it takes to be part of the best. After running into the woods after a nasty torrent of high school bullying, she discovered her affinity for squirrels. She has the enhanced strength and reflexes, claws, enlarged incisors, and the ability to communicate with the furry little buggers. And after discovering that she had powers of her own, she made her own costume with hopes of becoming Iron Man's crime-fighting partner. Even though Iron Man doesn't want a new sidekick, Squirrel Girl goes on to single-handedly defeat Dr. Doom by summoning an army of squirrels to attack him and chew through the internals of his airship. She then goes on to defeat the likes of Wolverine, Deadpool, MODOK, and even defeats Galactus just by having a quiet word with him. Squirrel Girl is definitely one of the most eccentric heroes in the Marvel Universe, but her comics are charming, funny, and as exciting as any other A-list hero. And it also gives Marvel a chance to be a little bit silly without relying on the vulgar comedy of Deadpool.
If you see a copy of Squirrel Girl at your local comic shop, be sure to pick an issue up. She's a great hero and some of her story arcs are the most interesting. And she might just drive you nuts. I am so sorry.
Ms. Marvel is a moniker that has been carried by many women since it first appeared in 1977. While Ms. Marvel was originally conceived as a female counterpart to Captain Marvel, she quickly proved she was much more than a sidekick or a spin-off. The first Ms. Marvel was Carol Danvers, who gained her superpowers from being caught in an explosion with Captain Marvel, during which the Kree DNA merged with her DNA and gave her the superpowers of flight, strength, and the ability to fire energy bursts. Many storylines and years later, Carol Danvers inherits the title of Captain Marvel, and Kamala Khan assumes the moniker of Miss Marvel. She's a young Pakistani Muslim just trying to be a good person, help others, and make hot, hyper-viral content. Kind of like someone else you may know. Kamala unlocks her ability to alter her size after undergoing the Terrigenesis process that gave rise to the Inhumans. Upon discovering she's an Inhuman and idolizing Carol Danvers, Kamala sets out to emulate the hero. It's this version of Ms. Marvel I'd want to see on the big screen, not just because she's Marvel's first Pakistani Muslim headliner, which warms my Pakistani heart, but because Kamala's stories feature her struggles between her family, her faith, and her desire to become a protector and superhero. This is an interesting and powerful new direction for a major hero, and one I'd love to see explored outside the realm of the page. If you need any other evidence that this needs to happen, President Obama got a copy of the first issue, and he loved it. But then he's always been a massive nerd.
Jen Walters could never catch him in time, but Jen Walters doesn't have to.
She-Hulk was a character born out of the success of a TV show, so it's only fair that she returned to the medium that gave her life.
Created by Stan Lee in the wake of The Incredible Hulk's TV rating success, She-Hulk was born after Marvel became worried that TV execs would introduce a female Hulk to the show. With the rights safely in their hands, they created a counterpart to Dr. Bruce Banner in the form of Jennifer Walters. Cousin to the good Dr. Banner, Walters received a blood transfusion from him after an injury, which led to her taking on a milder form of his Hulk condition. But what sets She-Hulk apart is that when she gets green and mean, she retains her personality and intelligence, along with all the strength the Hulk gene brings. This is pretty handy, seeing as she's actually a lawyer. A She-Hulk TV show has nearly happened twice. She was originally announced as a co-star in a 1989 Incredible Hulk telemovie with Lou Ferrigno, but the character never made it from script to screen. And then a year later, a proposed series on ABC was canned before it even got off the ground. Nielsen went even as far as posing for concept photos as She-Hulk. Although, to be fair, she looks more like a Poison Ivy knockoff than She-Hulk, so maybe it was for the best that it never made it to the silver screen. I don't know about you, but I'm envisioning her show as a superhero version of Law & Order, and it sounds pretty great.
If you're like me, the first thing that comes to mind when somebody mentions the Silver Surfer is the 93-minute-long mental battering that was that awful Fantastic Four movie. Fox, come on, just give it to Marvel.
The Silver Surfer has been around since 1966, and as one of the old-timers, I think he deserves a shot in the spotlight to call his own. Best known for his role as the Herald of Galactus, he saved his home planet of Zenlar by offering up his services. In return, he gained a portion of the power cosmic and became what was essentially a space waiter. Silver Surfer would seek out planets for his master Galactus to devour with the intention of leading him to uninhabited planets. But the Planet Eater tampers with his very soul to prevent this. I think it would be interesting to see a character toying with the morality of devouring entire worlds, while also being corrupted by the magnificent power of a World Eater. Plus, we'd get the bonus of seeing him explore strange planets across a vast galaxy.
A movie just isn't enough for the Silver Surfer. I think he should be making his own waves and his own Netflix series. Maybe? Please?
Alright, so Howard the Duck might have already had his shot at the big time back in the 80s, but he royally f***ed it. It's fair to say that 1986 Howard the Duck was a hot mess. The George Lucas produced monstrosity is widely regarded as one of the worst films of all time, and it's not hard to see why.
Can't seem to find the right man.
Maybe it's not a man you should be looking for.
Nope. The film is a dumbed down, complete misreading of the comics, which features such lowlights as Playduck magazine, this snake tongue thing, and Tim Robbins making this noise. The comics are a crazy mashup of existential comedy, genre parody, and social satire, so admittedly not the easiest source material to adapt. But we think there's still space for a Howard-sized show in Marvel's schedule. He's even made his debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe during the credits sting of Guardians of the Galaxy, so it wouldn't be a huge jump for him to appear on the small screen. A DuckTales-esque animated series on Netflix would be more than enough to atone for the sins of the 80s movie.
Thank you so much for watching our video about 5 superheroes that deserve a shot on the small screen. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to GameSpot Universe, and in the comment section down below, let us know your favourite superheroes that deserve a shot of their own.
And while you're down there, why not let us know what you'd like to see us cover? We're always talking about the superheroes we love, but we want to build our content a little more around you, whether that's specific superheroes or My Little Pony, which you'll be surprised to learn Dave knows quite a lot about. In the meantime, get your thoughts into the comments below, and we'll see you next week for some more screenplay about My Little Pony.